This is Hall County Sports, brought to you by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals. Remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair, 770-535-7278. And by McKelvey Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McKelvey Road in Oakwood. With 3 worship services, Kids Town, and adult small groups, McKelvey Road United Methodist Church, dedicated to transforming the world through the good news of Jesus Christ. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Hall County Sports Television. I'm your host, Gary Glenn. We start this particular segment off with basketball, high school basketball to be specific. And the Johnson boys fought into the second round where they fell in overtime, 83-80 to Sandy Creek. It was a wild battle contested in front of the screaming Johnson faithful, with the Knights getting hurt by 23 turnovers. Knights' James Hodges led all scorers as he hit for 22 on the night. In fact, 5 of the Johnson boys scored in double digits, as Justin Jones scored 14, Ty Cockfield 12, with Drew Dunham and Carter Cagle scoring 11 points each. Oh, it was a fine year for the Knights, with a Lanierland championship, a region title, and 24 wins. And we bring to the set now old friend of mine, Johnson coach Jeff Steele. And Jeff, first of all, let's talk a little bit about that particular game. And it was one of those things that could have gone either way. But you know, you looked almost like you were out of it, and then you battled back and sent it into overtime. So tell me how the game went into the flow.
Well, we started off slowly. We had 8 turnovers in the first quarter, which always puts you behind the 8 ball. And then we figured out that we could play with them, and you know, they were a well-coached team, an athletic team, and back and forth. Got it to 4 at halftime, back and forth in the third. Had some chances to get a decent lead and missed some free throws in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, I think we were down 7 with 53 seconds to go and managed to get it in overtime. I actually had a free throw that would have put us up 1 in regulation that we didn't convert. And then we got in overtime, and they just outscored us in overtime. But it was a great game. I've had several people tell me that's the greatest high school basketball game they've ever seen. I couldn't watch it from a fan standpoint, but I'll take their word for it.
Yeah, well, you got a dog in the fight a little bit. You're a little busy down there. But I want to talk about that. Your fan support has been just really outstanding all season. I was there for the Lanierland final, so I saw that. But it's been something that the faithful have really turned out in droves for you this year.
Yeah, and I want to make sure they get their credit, Gary. And the papers have done that. And you know, our community was overwhelmingly supportive of us all year. You know, they're needing something to hang their hat on, and we were glad that they came out in droves like that. We had a packed house for both our state games, and the atmosphere was like second to none. And I appreciate our community and the efforts that they gave during those 2 games.
Well, we've got some video, I think, from the game that got you to the Sweet 16, to the Stone Mountain game. So that was a game, you know, that. And last year, I know that you were extremely disappointed. You won the region, and then it was one and done in the state. But at least you get into the Sweet 16 this year. Tell me about the Stone Mountain game.
Stone Mountain game was another very athletic team. Of course, when you get in the state tournament, everybody's good and athletic. Again, we started off slow in that game, and they had some kids that made some shots that we didn't have them scouted to do that. So that kind of threw us back a little bit. But we got back to our brand of basketball in the second half, got up and down, you know, rebounded the ball, got up and down in transition, and I think we won by 12 or so. So that was definitely getting that monkey off my back was good. You always want more. But, you know, as I reflect, the year was actually the last 2 years have been unreal for Johnson High School and our basketball program.
Yeah, 2 region titles back to back that you've done there, and a 24-win season this year. So and I know that sometimes cheering for some of the Johnson Athletics has come few and far between over there. So it has been something for the community to kind of rally around.
And they deserve it. I mean, those people stuck by me. I'm 15 years now, if you can believe that.
Wow.
They've stuck by me through thick and thin, and I'm sure I've been skating on thin ice during certain times of my tenure there. But I feel like we have things going in the right direction. Our kids are working hard in the off season, and you know, losing's really just not an option for us anymore.
You got some seniors, though. I know you want to, because I saw the quote in the paper said they were like your sons. You feel like they belong to you.
Yeah, they're a special group. You know, Drew, Carter, Justin, James, and Sean. I told them, I even tweeted, you know, you guys have put us on the map, and don't take that lightly. Be proud of what we've done. You know, obviously we're tore up after the game, as kids are. We put so much heart and soul into it, but I think as time goes by, they'll be able to reflect. They've done things that nobody's ever done in the history of our school. I mean, we won Lanierland the first time in 25 years this year, back-to-back region championships, set school records and wins the last 2 years. So they have nothing to hang their heads about.
Well, Coach, I got to ask you what you got coming back now. You talked about those seniors, and you said there's something that they can hang their hats on. So, are you got the program? You got the feeder program in place now?
We feel okay about it. You know, we've got 2 starters coming back, and our backup point guard, which played a lot of minutes this year. That's DeMonte Nixon. You got Ty Cotfield and Roderick English coming back. So that's a real good core group to start with. We're going to have to develop a couple of kids, and some kids are going to have to step up, and I figure that they will.
Yeah, well, we hope so. Well, and now you roll right into golf, because a lot of folks don't realize Jeff is also the golf coach and has had some success in golf at Johnson in recent years. So, how are you looking on the golf course this year?
Well, I need to get Carter out there. I hope he watches this.
That's his brothers, of course.
You know the Kegels of golf.
The Kegels of golf have been phenomenal.
I don't know. He's still up in arms about whether he wants to play or not. I'm gonna try to coerce him into helping our golf team. We actually have a match today, and I don't think he's going to be at that one, but I'm going to do my best to get him out there and help our program.
You got to get his brothers talking at him. You got to get his brothers talking. You got anybody off the seniors that are going to be going on to the next level in basketball, Jeff? That thought just occurred to me.
We don't have anything definite right now, but there's some things in the works. You know, the season isn't even over yet, really.
Right,
so
Still got the Final Four.
And actually, I've had kids, like when I had Marquise, he didn't sign until that summer of that year. So there's no need for panic, and we're working in regards to getting those kids into some schools, and I think we'll be successful in regards to that.
All right, Jeff Steele. Always good to see you, brother. And and good luck with basketball and good luck in golf this year as well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, I want to thank Jeff Steele for coming by. Once again, the team they lost to, Sandy Creek, lost to Columbia, who's going to be playing for the title. In fact, no easy schedule for the Knights this season. They played some of the teams that are still playing. Okay, now on last week's show, I did not mention the Lady Trojans of North Hall as being left in the state basketball tournament at the start of last week. Now, I apologize for that. In fact, they knocked off a number 1 seed. North Hall girls then almost pulled off another upset after knocking off that number 1 seed, Sonoraville, in round 1. Because in the bracket of Sweet 16, the Lady Trojans fell just shy of taking out Woodward Academy. At Woodward, they fell 64-62. It was a back and forth game with deep runs by both teams. They jump out to double-digit leads, and then they'd lose it. And again, the Lady Trojans falling just 2 points shy. Afterwards, Coach Christy House told me she was proud of her team, which started no seniors.
Christy, I don't know that I remember a game with so many runs. I mean, double-digit leads would just vanish. How did you see it?
It definitely was. We got on a pretty good run there in the second quarter and had another in the third, and they did, and we knew it was going to be that way all night. And, we just had a little trouble when their post player heated up like she did. So, and our kids competed hard. They left it all out there, and we were, right there in it till the final buzzer with a chance to win. And that's about all you can ask for from them.
And they shot a lot of foul shots. I think the big girl was 10 of 15.
Yeah, I know we shot 9. I'm not sure how many they shot, but it was way more than what we did. And we didn't shoot the ball that great tonight, and that's something you got to do this time of year. You really got to shoot the ball well.
But you got to feel pretty encouraged by this. You didn't start one senior, and you won 19 ball games. So
right.
You might have, and in some people's eyes, might have overachieved a little bit this year.
I mean, we felt like we had a great season, and we
Sweet 16.
Yeah, we got better every night, and we're encouraged about the future. Obviously, we're sad, anytime you see seniors go, and we have 3 really quality seniors on our team that are part of our family, we're going to miss. But we're encouraged, and we're going to try to bounce back from this and get back to work.
Move up the classification next
yes.
year. How about that quad A thing, huh?
We're excited. We're ready. We may see some new people we hadn't seen in a while, but that's just kind of how it goes. You play where they tell you to play, and that's what we're going to do.
Now, for North Hall that night, the Cleveland sisters, Sydney and Sadie, both scored in double figures, with Sadie scoring 19 and Sydney 13. Sydney, by the way, had 11 rebounds to go along with her points. Kinsey Gillespie scored 16, mostly off threes, as the Lady Trojans end the season at 19-10. Woodward would lose in the next round to Buford, and Buford will play for the championship. Now, the East Hall girls will end the season 15-15 after falling at St. Pius 55-39. Chelsea Dale led East Hall on that night with 11 points. St. Pius will play Buford for the AAA girls title. That's right, Buford playing for both the boys and the girls championships. The East Hall boys ended their season at Morgan County 72-54. Kevon Davenport had a monster game for the Vikings, 21 points and 24 rebounds reportedly in that loss. Jacqueline Hopkins and Antonia Maddox had 10 apiece for the Vikings. They'll end the season at 17-12. Morgan County is going to play Buford on the boys' side in AAA. Now, let's talk about the Lakeview girls. They lost out in the first round of the private school single-A tournament despite a game-high 24 points from Hannah Grogan. The Lady Lions end their year at 20-9 with a tough 52-49 loss to Mount Perrin, who lost themselves in the next round to Holy Innocents. And in case you missed it on last week's show, let me tell you again that Chastity's Bridget Kelly was named the Region 8-4A Girls Player of the Year. Her 17 points, almost 5 rebounds, and over 2 assists per game helped the Lady War Eagles to the region championship. Kayla Watson was selected to first-team All-Region, with Savannah Long and Tyler Bennett earning honorable mentions. We've got to go to some college hoops for you in just a moment.
Proper maintenance is vital to the life of your car. Let the experts at Mountain View Auto Repair take care of all your vehicle needs. Owner Danny Hammock has over 50 years of experience in the automotive business and has earned a reputation of being honest and fair with his customers.
We try to treat everybody like I want to be treated. You know, that works out pretty good, and try to keep our price as low as possible to keep people coming in and give them a good price for their money. We do whatever turns up on a car, any kind of work, any kind of car, just it don't really matter. We do it all. People say, when you going to quit and retire? I say, probably never. You know, as long as the Lord let me work, I'll probably be here working.
I've been trading with Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair for about 20 years. I've always been very happy with his work. It's very easy for me to talk with him. He doesn't talk down to me. He explains it in a manner that I can understand.
Most of my customers are like friends here. You know, I've known them so long, and I count them as most all of them as friends to me.
Remember, when you want honest, reliable service, put Mountain View Auto Repair under your hood.
We're back on the set of Hall County Sports Television. I'm Gary Glenn with Rob Bruce, the pastor of McKelvey Road United Methodist Church here in Oakwood. And Rob, here at the church, got some things going on for the season of Lent.
That's right, Gary. Lent is an interesting time of the year. You know, we hear people always talking about wanting to give up stuff, but it's usually self-serving, I hate to say. They'll give up stuff like Brussels sprouts because they don't like them. Our sermon series, starting on Wednesday, March 5th, will be about giving up things we ought to be giving up, like expectations or control or enemies. And we invite you to join us starting Wednesday, March 5th on through Easter, April 20th, for our sermon series entitled Giving Up Brussels Sprouts. We hope to see you.
All right, Rob, sounds good. We'll see you in church on Sunday.
Okay, Gary, see you later.
We're back. I'm Gary Glenn, and this is Hall County Sports. Well, the Brenau University basketball women needed some help if they were going to get into the conference tournament. Now, see, they needed to win their last game. They also needed a couple of other teams to come through. Well, the Golden Tigers upheld their end of the deal, in fact, closing the season with 2 straight wins over Emmanuel, and then on Saturday, on Senior Day, they pulled away to beat Bruton Parker 67-56. Now, one of those teams Brenau needed to win did, and the other reportedly lost out in the last 15 seconds. So the Golden Tigers are done, ending the season at 13-15, with all of those losses pretty close. Still, with a fairly young team, Coach Chris Stewart feels pretty good about the future, despite losing seniors Taylor Black and Ella Dermich, Caitlin Fleming, Anastasia Maneva, and Brittany Wiley.
Chris, senior day, a lot of distractions could have been, but and you looked like you were a little slow getting into the rhythm of things, but once you got into it, you had that run in the second half, which sort of put them away. But until that time, they've been kind of hanging around.
Yes, sir. We played a really tough game against Emmanuel the other night and pulled out a win. And between that and this emotion of senior day, I think we were a little sluggish early, but we got into a rhythm and pulled away.
All right, you very close. You think of kind of turning the corner on them. You're kind of batting 500 for a while there. I guess it's the goal is now to take it to that next level.
Yes, sir. We've got a good young core. We've played a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and we feel very confident about what we're doing, and I think the future is very bright here.
You're going to miss these seniors, though. It's senior day, and you've got some talent out there.
Absolutely. Brittany Wiley's been everything for us for 4 years, even though I've only been here 3, all-time leading scorer. But it's more what you don't see, the defense, the defending screens, the emotion. Anela Dermich is a slasher, great defender. Caitlin Fleming's a good shooter, as you saw today. And the other 2 that have been injured, we missed a lot this year.
Okay. So what's next now for you?
I think our season's over, but we just got to get back to work and get the young kids to build off the success they've had this year and take that next step.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Now, East Hall alum Jasmine Butler led the Golden Tigers in scoring on the day with 17 points, and also she grabbed 7 rebounds. Kaylin Williams from Palmetto added a dozen points and 8 boards, while Franklin County alumnus Brittany Wiley also chipped in 12 points, and she grabbed 5 rebounds. Wiley will leave Brenau as their all-time leading scorer with 1,352 points, 1,352. Not bad for a guard somewhere around 5 feet tall.
Brittany, final home game here, final game before the home crowd, senior day, got to win, go out, at least the regular season with a win. Tell me what's going through your mind right now.
It just feels good. At the same time, I'm sad because I am ending my career here for now, but, good things come to an end. So we did good, though. I'm glad we got the win.
What are you going to take away from this besides basketball?
Friendships. The relationships I built with these girls is amazing. That's what I take from this college experience.
And you're very, very close, you think, as a team, turning the corner.
Uh-huh.
Tell me what it's going to take now, as you look back on your career. What do you think, what kind of legacy have you left for these girls to build on?
I think I'm a strong leader. So I think that they will pick up and they will keep going strong and just keep a relationship with each other.
So now you're going into the medical field, I understand.
Yes, sir.
What led you to that?
The money, really.
Well, you're honest.
To be honest with you, but yeah, I always wanted to help people, so that's why. Well,
good luck with that.
Thank you.
Now, again, the Golden Tigers will finish the season at 13-15 overall, just a couple of wins shy of 500 there. They were 8-11 in their conference, the SSAC. I'm back to wrap it up for you in just a moment.
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. And a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, insuring your future since 1905.
Gary Glenn back to wrap up this week's show. Some notable athletic addresses to local audiences in recent days. Former Alabama, Kentucky, Georgia Tech, and Georgia State football coach Bill Curry was on campus at Riverside Military recently addressing the cadets.
We live in a culture that's filled with static, meaningless noise, mechanical contrivances that fill our heads with nonsense. 24 hours a day. 7 days a week, 365 days a year, building to a crescendo at moments like we experienced at 6:30 p.m. yesterday. When we're told 100 million people watched as 2 teams played a child's game. That child's game has given me virtually everything I have in life, so I don't say those words lightly. But for us to do the things that we need to do as men and women of integrity, if we are to exercise our God-given rights as we reconfirm here twice with the pledge and with our national anthem, if we are to do those things, if this is to be indeed an opportunity, if Riverside is an opportunity to succeed, then we've got to do more than listen to static. We've got to get quiet. We've got to focus. We've got to pray. And we've got to listen. Most importantly, we have to persevere. Naturally, the school radio had to interview Kristen at the halftime of the game. This is what they asked. Kristen, why does your father wear those sunglasses on the sideline? Sometimes it's not even sunny and he's got on his sunglasses. Why does he wear those black clothes? Black is not even a school color at the Georgia Institute of Technology. And this was her answer. She said, well, I'm not sure, but I think he thinks they make him look cool. She was right. I thought I was cool. I'm 71 years old now. I don't think I'm cool. And if I throw on sunglasses, it's because I need them. I think you're good. I think you're incredible. I've given my life to young people, and I will do it again in a heartbeat. I'm going to ask you to cooperate with me. Let's. This is not an experiment. I want you to participate in the reconfirmation of something that you probably already know. If you haven't learned it, you should. And if you have learned it, you probably haven't thought about it lately. But I want you to look at your hand, everybody. For you linemen, you can go left or right, it doesn't matter. Funny lines, eccentricities, maybe some psoriasis, maybe some crunched up knuckles if your hands are like mine. Now I want you to understand this, but you can look back now. If it were possible scientifically to take fingerprints of the roughly 7 billion people alive today, there would not be another set of fingerprints like the one you just looked at. You are unique. You are beautiful. You are precious. You have gifts that nobody else has. There has never been a set of fingerprints like yours. There will never be another human being like you. You have a gift. And at Baylor School, the Super Bowl was won. It occurred to me, depending on who won the coin toss, since I was a starting center for the Green Bay Packers, maybe I snapped the first ball that was ever snapped in a Super Bowl. And we checked it this morning, and that's what happened. It's such a blur to me. I was such a baby at age 22, I could hardly remember. But both of those guys, Deion Sanders and Willie McGinnis, who had played for numerous Super Bowl teams, each had, I believe, 3 Super Bowl rings at least, were asked, do you wear your Super Bowl ring? Nah, I don't wear it. It's not a big deal. People think that the ring is the big deal. They think that the 100 million people watching is the big deal. They think that being known as a macho man wearing sunglasses on the sideline is a big deal. And we learned the hard way that none of those things is the big deal. Here's the big deal. Does the motto outside your school say, Riverside, I guarantee you success? I promise you success? What does it say? What's the word? Opportunity. It's an opportunity for success. That's all it is. The ring is a symbol, what it stands for, the teamwork and the guts and the determination and the integrity and the sheer gut check effort day after day, month after month, year after year. That's what counts. You see, there are 2 pains in life. The pain of discipline, the pain of regret. You choose. Every decision you make either moves you toward the championship ring or moves you away from it. Every decision you make. What do we call a guy that tells the truth 99% of the time? A liar. Well, I tell the truth most of the time. How do I know which time you're telling the truth and which time you're not? Can I count on you? Can I line up next to you and I know you're going to bend your knees and get a flat back and come off the ball on the goal line? Do I know that because we've been there together so many, many times? Or might you just back off a little bit because you lack the integrity and the guts to accept your opportunities and do the great thing and develop your magnanimitas to its maximum and give it to our team? Can I count on you? Life is going to ask you that question again and again and again, as it did me so many, many years ago. I wanted no part of it. I wasn't tough. I was going to pitch for the New York Yankees. I had two goals in life. I was going to marry Carolyn Newton. I was going to pitch for the Yankees.
Now, Curry played for Tech and in the pros for Green Bay, Baltimore's Colts, Houston's Oilers, and the L.A. Rams at the time. He also got some Super Bowl rings to show for all of that. Now, also recently, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes had Gainesville-born Chan Gailey come talk to their gathering. Gailey was head coach at Georgia Tech and in the NFL, the head man at Buffalo and Dallas. Riverside Military Academy is going to be hosting a free youth lacrosse clinic open to the public on Saturday, March the 8th. Now, again, this is a free clinic from boys and girls from 3rd to the 5th grade and then from the 6th to the 8th grade. Alloy Lacrosse, LLC, offering a free introductory lacrosse skills clinic at Riverside Military Academy on Saturday, March 8th. Coach Tallman and a few of his Alloy staff members going to demonstrate the basic fundamentals of the sport of lacrosse, one of the fastest-growing sports in America, and it is here in the Gainesville and Hall County area. Once again, it is free and Saturday, March the 8th. Now, coming up on Saturday, March the 29th, there will be a 5K race at the Flowery Branch High School campus, race starting at 3:30. Now, this is an event for their peer leadership there over at Flowery Branch. This year, the students have chosen to shine a light on a very important issue that is happening right here close to our community. That's the issue of human trafficking. Gwinnett County, Atlanta area specifically, not only on the map for this locally or statewide, but it has some of the highest numbers in the USA. Ranks in the top 15 counties or cities around the world plagued with human trafficking. Therefore, the Color Race for Grace will benefit a local organization called Street Grace, dedicated to ending human trafficking for minors, specifically girls ages 17 and under. All of the proceeds will go to Street Grace and Stay Local to help young girls here in the area. And they say they're excited about the partnership and hope that the Color Race will continue to benefit Street Grace each year. You can check out the Flowery Branch Pier website for further information about Street Grace and a link to their website, which is www.color-5k.wix.com/site. Now, on Saturday, there will be the race, but on Friday, the day before, March the 28th, at Flowery Branch Cafeteria, from 5 to 7:30 p.m., runners are encouraged to come out to the expo to get their race bags and shirts and walk around the tables of the various businesses that have sponsored that race. Sounds like a great cause. And we'll remind you one more time, the McKellar Road United Methodist Men's Annual Golf Tournament will be contested this year, April 19th at Mossy Creek near Cleveland. People who played in this one really like it. A lot of food, prizes, and goodie bags. Only $200 a team or $50 a person. You can call Lloyd Smee at 770-967-3206 if you are interested in playing or sponsoring the tournament. Proceeds will benefit the missions of the United Methodist Men. And again, thanks to the Times and Access North Georgia for some of the information that we have given you on this particular show. I'm Gary Glenn, Hall County Sports. Hall County Sports is brought to you in part by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals. And remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair at 770-535-7278. And by McKellar Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McKellar Road in Oakwood with 3 worship services every Sunday morning, Kids Town and adult small groups. McKellar Road United Methodist Church is dedicated to transforming the world through the good news of Jesus Christ.